Ah, right. This trade, I had personal conversations with him about this trade. So I'm interested to see what your opinion is
Okay,
on
so
this
he gave
trade.
up Taylor, right, to get Devontae Smith, which granted, solid wide receiver if he's your number 2 or 3 guy. Josh Downs, he mentioned earlier, it's a soft tissue issue, not season, you know, but he's still got, you know, Pittman is still wide receiver 1. And everyone is down on Pittman, but Pittman didn't have a terrible season. I mean, if you look at the quarterback situation, Pittman didn't do too bad. And Ty J. Spears, which I think Ty J is injured. Is that right?
He's got a high
He's what?
ankle. It's just so he's got a high ankle
Yes.
sprain. So I'll tell you my opinion and see what
Okay.
you think. So Ian, I understand his points of view with why he did it. Um, he's here, so he probably say his point of view. Um, I understand why he did it. You can see the big picture to why he did it when I read you his team out. I just think he shouldn't have given away Jonathan Taylor before a snap of football has been played for a guy with a high ankle sprain. Devonta Smith, with everything that's happened to AJ Brown, could pay off, but if AJ's playing, he's not as productive consistently. And then Josh Downs, who you don't know what's going on with the Colts. So his team is he had Bijan, Drake London. This is before the trade. So he had Bijan, Drake London, Jonathan Taylor, Chuba Hubbard, Baker Mayfield, Joe Mixon, Jordan Addison, Travis Kelsey, Chris Godwin, Cooper Cup, TJ Edwards, who's an IDP, Dallas Goddard, Rashard Bateman, Zach Ertz, Justin Fields, Robert Spillane, Brendan Strain, Keenan Allen, Fairburn, and then Cade Otton. To me, I read his team, and even though I'd love to rip him to bits and tell him that his team's dog shit, for Orkney, for his first year of doing it, very, very solid team. And then he decided, because he had Joe Mixon, who's on the pup, so it's like if Joe Mixon comes back, he's essentially got Chuba Hubbard, Bijan, Joe Mixon, who are all
Yeah.
RB1s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all the reports I read was Joe Mixon, it's not looking good with his foot. And then more's come out where it's saying that he potentially might be having season ending surgery to fix whatever he's got wrong with him. So personally, I think he shot himself in the foot where his depth in his roster already was really deep. I just don't think he needed to do what he did.
Yeah. I think starting the trade with Devontae is very solid. And, Devontae's, as he said here, has been a proven solid wide receiver 2 guy, right? To where I don't understand is Ty J. Spears, he was good last year, but Pollard is still the number 1 guy there, right? And yeah, Downs, he's been very inconsistent, especially with the quarterbacks they have, right? Uh, I think I think if he would have waited until after the draft, he may have actually got more for Taylor. What do you think?
This this
This
was
was
after the
after the
draft.
draft, and he chose to get these 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. I think his team can take it, and he got depth at running back, and he did get a running back. I mean, wide receiver with Smith and Downs. And Taylor, I bet big on Taylor last year. He hasn't performed very well the last 2 years. Yeah. So I can see why Ian did it. I probably would not have made this trade personally, but I will say I understand why Ian did it. I would give the winner to J Bones only because Jonathan Taylor is guaranteed to have more touches than the other 3 probably combined. Yeah, which has bigger play, big play opportunities. And with Joe Mixon hurt, you have Bijan and Taylor as your 1-2. That's great. I mean, man.
Just looking, I'm looking at Jay's team now, and if I was Mannion, he gave him Devonta Smith, but he's got Puka Nacua, St. Brown,
Oh,
T.
my.
Higgins.
Oh, my.
So personally, if I was giving away Jonathan Taylor, I'd be like, you're giving me one
You
of them
probably could have
three.
got Higgins, surely, right? Because he's wide receiver 2 for a
Yeah.
running back 1. But maybe he was offered that, and he decided that having, the Downs and Spears as further depth would be worth it. Yeah.
Like, to be fair to him, like, without bashing him, like, Josh Downs has just got that, has just picked up that hammy. And I understand, like, it says Tarjay Spears, he's got the high ankle sprain and he should be ready for the season. And it's all well and good him being ready for the season, but a high ankle sprain on a
They
running
linger.
back, like we all know,
Yeah, they linger.
he could run one play and he's gone again. And it's not the fact that he'll be put on IR or anything like that. It's like, I'm fine. Run 3 plays. Oh, my ankle's gone again. Run 3. And it for me, it's just a headache where you've got the known quantity in the Colts offense is Jonathan Taylor. Just to give it away before the season's even started, personally, and I'm not saying this to dig him out or anything. I think he's got a solid
Yeah.
team for
Yeah.
Orkney. Like his team, he's got depth everywhere. He's drafted really well. That's, if anything, I'm more like, why have you done it? You've drafted really well. You didn't need to make the move.
Yeah, I hate to
But
say it because I would love to ridicule, belittle, and make fun of him, but he hasn't done poorly in his drafting. Even in this trade, I cannot say he's lost, right? I mean, the depth matters.
oh no,
And so he could.
if Mixon comes back, and gets healthy and is the old Joe Mixon, in fantasy, then it's probably not going to hurt him in the long run. But we all know what Orkney's like. Like the scoring with all the differences, you got 3 wide receivers you have to play, your ID, please play into it. And you look at your team and go, I've got a class team, and then you lose 5 in a row and you're scratching your head. It's an awkward league to play in, and I just didn't know why. Like, so I'm not digging him out saying he's lost the trade or anything like that. I understand why he's done it. I just personally wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah.
needed to.
So I'm
It's
going to put this
better,
trade as a push.
like you
at
said,
the
it's
moment.
better to have the
But I would
weapons.
love to revisit this if we can remember. We always say we're going to revisit things, and we always forget. But if we could revisit this, in week 8 to see, because I would give this a push.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting trade because I can see why both players did it.
But Mannion's put, I want a better squad, but he had a good enough squad for the whole year. Like, this is what he doesn't understand. He thinks when I say it, I'm talking about a shit hot start. He had a good enough team to push him through for the whole season.
Yeah. I
Like,
get what Ian's saying. Yeah.
Like I said, I understand where he's saying, but he's talking like I'm trying to dig him out, but I'm not. Like, I'm literally saying he's got a solid team that is like year wide solid team. He's got depth everywhere. He didn't need to give away one of his top players for the 3 he's got. Because on his pup, he's got Chris Godwin and Addison, who probably I'd play over Devonta Smith, depending on how the season's going. Obviously, with here saying it now, I would have them two over Devonta Smith.
As a Cowboys fan, I hate Devontae Smith. He's always making big plays. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So we've flattered Ian enough. So let's go on. We've both called this a push.